Right, just to run through some of those frequently asked questions that we receive regarding Airbnb and the integration. So let's chat about payments first. When guests place a booking on Airbnb, basically the card details and payment is actually processed directly on Airbnb. And then what happens is that Airbnb pay you these funds via bank transfer nearer the guest's arrival dates. Usually it is either on or 2 days before, but you may need to contact Airbnb to have confirmation of this. Now, the amount that you actually gets transferred into your bank would be the rental price minus the commission that Airbnb takes. I wanted to let you know the security deposit feature, they never actually are taken within Airbnb. Rather, it's just a value that is set aside that you can actually go and be claimed against via the Airbnb Resolution Center in Airbnb if you do need to actually do so. So there is the option for security deposit regards to that. In terms of commission, now, obviously, booking channels like Airbnb, they're a great way in terms of turning lookers into bookers, but obviously you have to pay for the service and that can be off-putting. But within Super Control, there is the opportunity to put an uplift in place. And what we do is that by increasing the booking price ever so lightly, you basically offset the cost of the commission, meaning that there would be no difference in your revenue and you can obviously still reap the rewards. So you may wish to uplift your prices to cover this channel commission, and you can see that within the integration page, you have the option to set a uplift. It's a percentage value towards the right-hand side of the rate that we send through to them. Now, you may want to try increase the cost in increments to see what works best for your business, because although obviously uplifting your prices on channels is very helpful to cover costs, you obviously need to bear in mind what uplifting could obviously result in uncompetitive prices and very few bookings. So play around with it. Maybe you just match it to exactly what your commission charge is, which is 15% usually. Consider what the acceptable cost of a booking would be and change that. On a note, I just wanted to also let you know that if you're using dynamic pricing, you need to consider the impact of actually uplifting your pricing, because this could in turn impact the suitability of the pricing that is actually provided by Beyond. I just want to let you know that Airbnb have also introduced the ability for you to charge pet fees for your booking, but there are some limitations around pet fees. The first thing is if you list your property as pets allowed, Airbnb automatically will allow between 0 and 5 pets to be selected by the guest when booking. Now, if you only allow a certain number or a specific type, like only one small dog, Airbnb recommend that you add this in the text in your listing description. The other thing to let you know is that pet fees are charged per stay and not per number of pets selected. There are help articles that demonstrate exactly how to allow pets on your Airbnb properties and how to itemize the pet fee. The pet fee is not itemized separately in the price shown to the guest when they're busy doing their search on Airbnb. Rather, it's included in the overall price. So you can actually see if your pet fee is being charged by going to that listing on Airbnb. You'd first choose the number of guests with no pets, take note of what the price is, then go back to add a pet, and you'll see that your price changes depending on the fact that you've added a pet. And that's how you know that your pet fee is being added. Discounts, you do have the option to send discounts from Super Control through to Airbnb. Obviously, you need to have added them in your discount section in Super Control. And then within your integration details, you have the option just to say that you tick to enable to send discounts when you do and have them. And what this means is it will send the price to Airbnb at your discounted rates. What happens is that this is not itemized on your Airbnb listing that they are receiving discounted. Rather, it's shown as an overall price. So sending discounts using Super Control, it just gives them an overall reduced price. It doesn't itemize that they are getting one. Rather, if you want to do that, you have the option to do it on the Airbnb platform itself. In terms of tips from our team, I wanted to let you know that Airbnb has updated its homepage. I mentioned all of those property characterizations that were basically taking center stage. And for this reason, we have 4 things that we wanted to suggest that you can do to make your listing shine. The first thing is obviously highlighting what is unique about your property. Show them by having high quality photos, basically that would help make that listing appeal to guests. Always review the list of amenities and features because they're always adding new ones. So add everything that your property currently offers, because obviously this changes where you're ranking and where you appear, because guests can filter out by amenity, for example. You do have the option to take a Wi-Fi speed test, because obviously reliable internet will reassure the guests that they'd be able to work and communicate online as needed during their stay. Ensure that you offer Wi-Fi. For example, if you have family stays, ensure that this Wi-Fi that you do provide could handle all of those numerous devices that they would come and bring with them. And then also I mentioned accessibility, those accessibility features, how you can now add photos and details of the accessibility features, those things such as step-free entranceways, wider doorways. And so you'd be marketing your property and making it more inviting to guests with diverse needs.